Welcome to Jae Walking. I'm downtown Toronto. That was the top of the CN Tower right in front of it here. And I had the privilege today of going jaywalking with William Mahood. A lot of you know William.
Hey, a
how
lot
are
of you
you?
know. Great to be a part of it. I'm happy we're here.
Yeah, it is. It's fun to be downtown. It's a little bit cool tonight, but that's okay. We thought we'd pause our walk just to stand in front of the CN Tower, give you a little bit of a little panoramic of what's going on here. Anyway, we were having this great conversation about the AHA today, which is was really about how the not to get tied up in your conditioning. In other words, that you can be a master at your craft, and that's what I was saying about somebody like me who has worked on what I've done for how many years now, but and many of us have done that. And then of course in the last little while, this year especially, we have had to maybe take another look at ourselves and say we've been doing what we've been doing for a really long time, but is that what the market wants? Is that what people want? We kind of get stuck in our own tracks a little bit, right? So you were saying something really cool, William, about some of the people that you have in your company and how you incorporate them.
Well, we incorporate everybody, and I think that's the key. But if you use a specific example, it's that we incorporate both the most senior people and the most junior people in a lot of parts of the process, which typically when you get into a situation where you're brainstorming, you're doing some high-level thinking for a project, you bring in your VPs and your senior managers or your leadership team, and usually neglect the most junior, the youngest people, the interns, the coordinators, because they don't know the brand as well, they haven't been doing this for 25 years, they don't know the clients on a personal level like the leadership team. We kind of do an upside down approach where we actually bring in everybody, partly because some of the team knows the client well and knows how to vet some ideas, but we bring in the most junior people because they're going to not be as conditioned, to think along the same lines as everyone typically does.
Right.
When we're always pitching the same ideas over and over because we know they work, you bring in some fresh blood, someone who's not conditioned the same way that you are in terms of that specific brand, or maybe they just have a different background and point of view and way of thinking that they're going to bring in ideas that you never even would have thought to to explore.
And I think I love that in terms of like bringing in the whole group. As you said, it's not top down, bottom up. It's just like it's a big circle. Everybody's included. But I think too is that we need to do that within ourselves. Like not just about bringing in other people, but being open to those opinions and that, but really challenging ourselves. I got a note today when the AHA went out today, and somebody had actually corrected a grammar issue, which was really cool that they did that, and I thanked them for it. And then he came back and I said, I hope it didn't detract from the message. And he goes, no. He goes, I always like the fact that you make me think. And so that's the thing, is that we always have to be challenging ourselves. So as good as we may be at what we do, I don't think that there's such a thing as an expert anymore. I think that the master always has to be the student.
Well, what is that saying? That there's only one constant, and that constant is change.
There
and
you
things
go.
are always changing.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Being an expert in 95 or 2007 is outdated. That doesn't really hold
Very
the same
true.
relevance, in 2021. So that's I think what people base a lot of their experience on, is that they killed it 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean nothing. They obviously did well at that time.
That's right.
But I guarantee they did well at that time because they were working hard at developing themselves and being relevant.
Yeah.
And being relevant in 95 isn't the same as being relevant in 2021. So
Very
you have
true.
to carry that
Very
same
true.
attitude
Yeah.
year to year, and that opportunities present themselves day to day, year to year, to challenge yourself to think, but you need to embrace it and be aware of it and actually force yourself to reassess on, at least a regular basis and try to challenge your beliefs and be open to new ideas.
Beliefs and paradigms, absolutely. And we were even thinking about, if somebody got you think about a marketing degree or an accounting degree or something, how many years ago? I know with my accounting firm, they get tax law changes constantly. If they weren't open to change, they weren't open to doing things just a little differently, then, they'd still be filing returns the way they did 30 years ago. So that wouldn't cut it, right?
No, they'd be in a lot of trouble.
Okay, so all of you masters out there, always remember to be the student. And, I want you to check out, obviously we use the hashtag A Human Approach, and, I always like to remind you to take a human approach. William has a really cool page on Instagram, Daily Deposit, Daily_Deposit. Along the same lines that we're talking about, he's talking from a fitness standpoint. I encourage you to check it out and make that daily deposit like we are here out jaywalking. A daily deposit from an emotional, mental, and spiritual and academic standpoint. Why not, make those deposits all the time?
Do something every day that betters yourself.
Do something
and you
every
never know
day.
where you're going to learn your best lessons, so be open to it from everybody.
Oh, that's great advice. Thanks, William. Okay, we're going to finish our walk now, and Always take a human approach and remember, succeed deliberately.